Before this episode starts, we wanted to let you all know that this episode contains sensitive topics in conversation. These topics include eating disorders and mental health issues. To skip these topics, please skip over 2 minutes and 10 seconds to 11:36. That being said, we hope you enjoy episode 6 of DNM Cast. Alright, what's going on, everyone? Episode 6 of DNM Cast now. We'll first of all address the elephant in the room. We are in a different studio.
We are.
Like usual, studio's undergoing renovations at the moment. So
yeah, how's that? On the renovations real quick.
It's going to look good, guys, when we're back there. So get excited. But no, we're keen to be here. And first internal episode in, I think, 4 weeks. So
it's been a while.
I'm excited for just us.
Just good catch up.
Yeah,
definitely.
I know. I think everyone's kind of asking for one. Everyone's like, when's the next one? If you just you guys.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's due. We've had awesome guests. We're very grateful. But now it's just us.
We've had some big guests on, like huge guests.
I know. No, we've been very lucky.
Great.
No, we have been very lucky in the sense of these very interesting people giving us their time out of the kindness of their heart, which has been very good for the podcast and good for us to talk to them and get to know them. And we're beyond grateful. So anyway, we'll get straight into it. So we got something funny. So before this, we recorded this episode, we put all of our socials, like we're going to do an internal episode. We're going to send us some topics. We are never doing that again.
Oh my God, my story. Holy.
Everyone is taking the absolute piss, but we're lucky we have over the last 3 weeks had people request topics. So we're going to go through some of them and not the ones that you guys have sent through via my story because you're all taking the absolute piss. It's so funny.
Oh,
should we read out a couple or is it not allowed?
I've had my sister's best mate ask me, have you ever questioned your sexuality? No, I have not. Annika?
Luke?
No, I have not.
Have you?
No, never.
Nah,
Could we just like state the obvious of what's next to your hand, Tom?
oh, yeah. So
yeah.
we were lucky enough to, I don't want to spoil too much about how we won this or what we did, but we basically had a competition with another podcast. Shout out the Drinks on Me boys.
Yep.
Great hospitality, and we won. That's a spoiler you're getting. We
That's what we
fucking
say.
won. So the next two topics we had requested over the last 3 weeks are pretty sensitive.
Yeah.
So just disclaimer, we were about to touch on mental health in general and eating disorders. So if you might be alarmed or like might set off any bells, and probably skip to the next part of the podcast or the segment. So there's the disclaimer. So the first one's men's/general mental health. Any experiences personally with loved ones or tips and advice, et cetera, et cetera. So Luke, throw it over to you. Have you gone through any mental health issues or do you know of anyone?
I don't think I haven't been diagnosed with anything. Like I haven't really been through too many mental health issues. I'm very fortunate to have a great family around me that always check on me and always talk to me. We have a great relationship. Funny enough, my mum is a psychologist. So she's always checking on me and making sure I'm going okay. I've definitely had dark days. I mean, there was a particular point in my life where I wouldn't say I was had depression, but I was definitely had some signs of depression. I struggled to get out of bed, and I didn't really do too much in my life, and I wasn't very happy with where I was going, where I wanted to go, and where I was going in that current point in time. And I think I looked to other things to find a high, which wasn't healthy for you. Not in drugs or anything, but like that. But I was injured at that time. I had a broken hip and a torn ACL, so I couldn't do much. So I kind of distanced myself from my friends. I wouldn't say I had depression, but definitely had symptoms of depression, and I wasn't very happy with where I was in that period of time. And I found that talking to my friends and talking to my family really helped me, and big challenge for me. And I went through a lot of different challenges within that period of time, but thankfully, and I don't think I needed that, but I went through it. And I think I'm a lot stronger for it.
Yeah, probably my parents' divorce. At the time, I thought it didn't really have an effect on me. I was trying to help my other siblings get through it because I feel like I hid my emotions a lot and didn't really come out of my shell and just let loose. I was at a good state at footy. I was doing well in footy, and I was with you actually.
Yeah, you're with me
in the development program.
Yeah,
but I felt like I had to drop that, and then I dropped it, and then just kind of didn't even communicate with anyone at that development program. Anyways, I was at the development program, didn't really speak much about it, dropped it, didn't go back, which I regret. It's probably my deepest regret. It's not going back. But yeah, trying to overcome the feeling of parents' divorce, you just got to embrace it, support everyone, never think it's your fault, never think you're the reason for it.
Did you feel like it was your fault and you were the reason? Or?
Not really. Like realistically, like we were in like the family was in a like shit spot.
Yeah.
We were very connected and we spoke about everything, and that's probably that could work in a favor as well.
Yeah.
But like at the time, we were just in a shit spot. We weren't communicating properly. Like my parents, I don't think were. But like now that it's happened, it was probably for the best. My mum's striving. My dad loves his life at the moment. Like he's in a good spot.
You're saying your dad is
Getting catfished and shit.
My dad, like, and it's weird because like my parents are friends now. Like, they're like, it's weird. My dad will come. It's not weird. I like think it's normal, but people find it weird. My dad will come home, make a coffee with my mum, and sit down and have an hour conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My dad has like a girlfriend and all, and my mum and dad talk about like it's people would probably think it's strange, but I love that. Like for my dad to be able to still like come to his house that he grew up, like built and grew up in, like and feel comfortable, like it's really good. But like people, like some people aren't lucky enough like that, and their parents don't get along. But like if you can just like just be there for them and just like be that sort of background voice and listen and see what they have to say as well. Like talk to them like a different person rather than your parents. Kind of like, I don't know, like I just talk to my mum about everything. And
your mum's very open.
Yeah. Like I'll tell my mum everything, you know, my mum knows. Like, it's pretty funny.
Everything?
No, like generally everything. Like,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
And what would you say to other people that might be in that situation now that their parents are going through a divorce and they might feel that they could be the cause of it, or they feel like it's their fault?
Yeah, just talk about it honestly. Talk to your parents and be like, look, this is what I'm thinking. Because if you tell your parents how you're feeling, like they can then reassure you and like tell you like, look, I'm going through this at the moment. You're obviously not the reason. And just communicate. Communication is a key thing to like, I've learned that now after my breakup and after my family's divorce and all that, like communication and being like really connected with your family is like the key thing to like enjoying life and being happy, I feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely talk and open up, because if you don't and you hold it in, you can make a silly mistake that everyone will regret not talking to.
Yeah. And Tommy, did you have any mental health issues or battles that you've gone through?
I'll be the same with you. I'm nothing like diagnosed or anything like that, but I feel like I'm anxious naturally, but I don't think I got like anxiety or anything like that. Just never really had any like dark. I had like growing up, playing like, I think it was a pretty toxic culture in the West, playing footy, and being in like development programs, all that kind of shit. Like you were pretty targeted on the field, and there was times there I was just like, fuck this. But like then, same as you, I kind of had like a pretty good support system, and I had coaches who were taking me out for boxing, all that kind of shit. So it's like, I had a lot of things to take my mind off it, and like, if that's like the darkest I've been through, and like that's nothing, then I think I'm pretty lucky. So to answer your question, I've been lucky, and I've got a good support network that would be there for me if I ever did. And
would you talk about your feelings, or are you someone to hide it in?
Depends. I feel like naturally hide it in, but I'll talk about it if I like really need to. I'm not like opposed to talking about it. In any sense.
It's funny how like we're all a bit different. Like I think when I'm feeling something, Diezel knows about it. I'm calling him, I'm telling him everything. I don't really hide too much or hide my feelings. Whereas, I mean, do you kind of hide your feelings a little bit more? Are you pretty open?
Know. Like depends. If it's like serious, probably talk to my mum about it. But like, I don't. I think I tell you everything.
Yeah.
We'll move on to the next topic, which, as I said before, our preface is eating disorders. So if this is going to be alarming or triggering to you, please skip to the next segment, because we'll just sort of touch on it. So for context, we'll send this email, which I'll read out, and I hope whoever sends this doesn't mind that I'm reading it out, but it doesn't get too personal. So, hi there. I've been loving your podcast and I found it really interesting. I was wondering if you'd ever thought about delving into deeper issues. Myself, I've lived with an eating disorder for 3 years and was in a long-time relationship throughout this time. I thought it may be an interesting concept to explore, as many young females go through this and have boyfriends, dads and brothers who are often at a loss of what to do in a situation like this. I can understand it may be a steer away from the audience. However, I think it's ever growing, and most boys/men have a female in their life that they know of who is going through an eating disorder. I'm sure it also relates to men who struggle with body dysmorphia and have eating disorders, especially within gym and social media culture. Anyway, thought it was an idea. Thank you. So I'll kick this one off. So I know of people in my life who have had eating disorder, and I know it's dark, and it comes from a very toxic culture sometimes of people being shamed because of the way they look, and sometimes it can be natural as well, and there's be a result of the way people were raised. And you're right, it's a steer away for the audience, but I think it's important to shine light and use our platform to kind of raise awareness, and speaking up during an eating disorder, recognizing eating disorder is definitely important. So, what you guys know anyone or?
I don't know too much about eating disorders. I personally don't have one. Like, I can eat though and put on weight really quick, and if I don't like watch what I'm doing or exercise or anything, like I would get big. But like, I don't know too much about it. I can't really comment much on it. But like, yeah, obviously talking about it, like I said, like every time, like talking about something that you're going through, or if you feel uncomfortable in a situation with someone and it feels like you have to stop eating or keep on eating, like think twice about what you're doing. Obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lukey.
I understand eating disorders and understand the culture behind it. And sometimes people are pressured in certain industries, especially to eat certain things to make sure they can keep up an appearance, which obviously isn't healthy, especially in modeling industries and things of that nature. But I personally haven't been experienced and educated as much as I would like to be to speak on it. So I can't say too much about it.
I don't think any of us are educated as we kind of can be through us being kind of kept out of that world, in the sense we haven't had any direct family members affected by it. But I just know of friends who have been affected by it, and I just know how dark the days can get, and how the grass is always greener on the other side. And so, yeah, we got requested to talk about breakups, which we did in episode 2, but I think we got stuck talking about our exes too much and not how we dealt with the breakups and getting our mojo back. So, Luke, I'll throw it to you. Don't talk about your ex. How did you deal with your breakup, and how did you get your mojo back?
Wow. Yeah, I seem to always get stuck talking about my ex for some reason. You can't talk, though.
Okay, I did not. You didn't ask me, mate.
Okay.
I asked
We'll
you.
come back to that. We'll come back to that.
How do you get back to your mojo? Obviously, I feel like you spend a lot of time with that one person. So your life kind of evolves around them. You're always thinking about them. You're always thinking about what they're doing. And then you finally have time to just focus on yourself. And I found that I got my, mojo back after I really just took time on doing the things that I enjoy and focusing on myself and self-care and just doing the things that I enjoy and just doing little things and building it up. It started with just going to the gym every day, making sure just doing things that I enjoy, going to the beach, going for a swim, just doing the things that I like to do. And I feel like that slowly just integrated to doing more stuff on my own and being more confident with doing the stuff that I was doing. And you think about them less and less and less. And then obviously I feel like other people come into your life and you thank them for their experiences that you had with them in that time.
Yeah.
And yeah, you keep going from there.
I feel like you can take it two ways. Like Luke said before, just like really positive and trying to improve your like life goals. But I don't know, I feel like I fell in a dark hole where I wanted to be someone I wasn't. And yeah, I don't know, it can really affect you if you're like doing it for the wrong reasons as well. Obviously I had a breakup late last year. And I kind of got carried away thinking that I wanted something that I didn't. And you like for a short term, it's like you think you're heading in the right path. But then after a couple months, you feel like this isn't me. And you just need to dial back to what you actually love doing. And that's hanging out with mates, playing footy, and just like chilling out. But
going through a breakup, it is challenging. It's not an easy thing. Like we say it so lightly, but I always say that it's loudest when it's most quiet. So sometimes you can distract yourself all that you want. You can be with your friends, you can go to the gym, but when you're by yourself in your room on that Sunday night or a random Wednesday afternoon, sometimes that is where it's loudest, when it's quiet and it hits you. And I think you just have to go through those emotions and feel it.
Exactly.
And feel those emotions.
Everyone learns through experiencing. No one's perfect straight out the womb. I think every human being, I think guys in particular, are a bit silly until they actually learn the lesson the hard way. And
it sucks that guys do learn the lesson the hard way. Like the guys think that like we want something when we don't. Like we do it and we like then find out that it was a mistake. Yeah, it's weird. But
I think me personally, my first breakup was probably like the hardest because I didn't know how to deal with it. And I think because I've had 3, it's like you kind of like learn those lessons as you go, and like you can implement the shit you've learned.
How did you deal with it?
The first one, like it was the worst feeling in the world because you just don't know, like fuck, like you just can't get over them. Then one day, anyone going through a breakup, there's gonna be one day where you wake up and you just don't give a fuck anymore. Like one day you literally, everyone says it, but it's hard to believe until you actually feel it. One day you wake up and you don't care anymore.
Really?
in the way that you do. Like, obviously, still care about her now. She's one of my good friends. The first one I dated. Shout out.
What day was that?
I don't know. I don't know.
current?
I genuinely woke up one day, and I remember feeling like shit the night before. And I woke up one day, and I was like, I don't care any. Like, I can move on. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, one day it just releases you, and
It releases you. And sometimes you wake up. Sometimes you see them with somebody else, or something happens, or you find someone else. But it does. You do forget about them.
See, like I feel like I never had that. I feel like at the back of my mind, I was always thinking about it in a way. Like
Maybe you're just soulmates.
I don't know, maybe. But like, yeah.
For me, I had like that moment when I was at BTV and Tommy experienced the whole situation.
that was fucked. That was honestly, I don't. We won't tell the story. We won't like throwing her under the bus. But like, I saw all of that, and that was just, especially being at BTV, a festival, you're meant to be enjoying yourself.
Yeah, I think that was my moment where I was like, all right, it's time to move on. And after that moment, but I feel like also to like help you get over it, I think you have to do no contact.
Yeah, definitely.
100%. At least try it. If it's like not meant to be, no contact, and you still talk every now and then.
Does no contact? Does no contact include like removing him on every social?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just discipline. The fact like we're no contact. Let's not talk. Let's not get drunk and message each other.
Because I feel like in my shoes, like I didn't remove my ex in social media, and that was the worst. Like I reckon if I feel like I should have. And like some people don't agree on that, but like I think if I remove her on everything, I don't see what she's doing. I don't get jealous if she's hanging out with guys or anything.
All right, live update. We've just had someone message reply back to the story saying story about losing your virginity.
Oh, should we talk about losing our virginity?
Yeah. I got sent a message to the DNM account, which I saw, and this is an interesting one. It's a weird topic, and I don't know what you guys are going to think of it. So it says, can I please ask a question for you guys to answer on the potty? Being a boy/man when in a relationship, do you still admire other girls, or do you have only eyes for the girl that you're in the relationship with?
Good question.
This is a good question. I probably have something to say about this.
Yeah. Shit.
If I'm in a relationship, I would hate for my partner to have wandering eyes. So I would hate to be in the street with my partner. Obviously, I don't know where she's looking, but I'd hate to be holding her hand and walk down the street and she's looking at other people or giving other people the eyes.
I feel like there's wandering eyes and then there's admiring beauty, though.
Yes, I agree with that one.
So there's wandering eyes, which I'd fuck the shit out of him. Or there's admiring beauty, like that person's an attractive
really
person.
Yeah.
Like I think that's obviously okay, but there's a very fucking fine line. Which is obviously no one wants wandering eyes, but I think admiring beauty is fine because people, like, there's fucking gorgeous people in the world. Like, no one can.
You can't say that she's ugly when she's not.
Yeah, exactly.
So that the other person's happy.
I feel like I'm on the other side here. So you're saying that if you're in a relationship and someone's in a bikini photo, you'd like the photo?
Oh no, that's different.
Liking the photo is different, but like looking
I learned
at the
the hard way with that. I know. Honestly, I didn't know like that was a thing. I don't know. Like I like everything. Yeah. And like my ex would like see like me liking. It's like it'll look bad on the. I don't care. Leave this in, but I would like photos like and like not realize like I would just like it just because. But then like it's a thing. They're like if you're liking a girl's photo whilst you're in a relationship, that's really bad.
It can be. I think.
And now that I look back at it, I'm like, that.
I think liking's a different thing to like seeing the photo, think fuck, she's like a gorgeous human being. But liking it's a step further. I think you can. It's natural. I think it's human nature to see someone and like first instinct to be like attractive, not attractive.
Yeah. Definitely. If you're liking other things, like say if you're in a relationship, and you're liking another girl's photo. I think it can be perceived in another way than maybe what it was intended to be.
Yeah, I think social media is just a really toxic place for that. I think that kind of shit's just.
But I think you definitely can admire other people. I can just naturally be like, this person's very good looking. This person's very gorgeous, and I mean, you just
like if I so for example, like Chris Hemsworth, if it walks past me and like if I had a partner walking down the street, like fuck, like she can say, oh, like he's gorgeous. Like I agree. Like I'm not gonna argue on that. Like he's a gorgeous human being.
Even if she was to be like, like I'd get with him. Like that's
a
joke.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's a joke.
Yeah, that's a bit different.
I think it depends. It depends on your relationship with them, though.
So personally, true. I think admiring beauty is fine, but there's a very fine line that I would like not be crossed. All right, so we'll move on to the next segment, which is I am hijacking this segment. I haven't told the boys what I'm doing.
What?
Because I have decided to take over. So, for those of you unfamiliar and unaware, Luke was in Brisbane playing footy on the weekend.
We get to these stories. Wow.
He played footy on the Saturday, and then they stayed up another night, Saturday night, which he decided to go out, have a good time, given he's in Brisbane. But unfortunately, we had some messages sent to the DNM cast account of some Luke sightings at like midnight on Saturday night. And then I saw these messages. I'm like, oh fuck! And it was just something innocent, like, oh, like we met you at Felons or something, whatever the place you were at.
Yeah, I have no idea where we're at.
So I get the girls accounting message. I message her off my personal saying, "Tell me everything Luke did." And I've got a bit of tea.
Did you message her?
I messaged her off my own account. Yeah. And I asked her all the tea because she said she was with you all night.
What'd she have to say?
Boy, what did you not have to say?
What did you do, man?
I didn't do anything. I literally didn't do anything.
I don't want to say too much without giving Luke the chance to speak and explain his movements on Saturday night first.
Movements.
So what did you do before I bring up what I've been made aware of? What did you do on Saturday night?
Yeah, come clean, man.
We did prees with the boys, and then we were at some like bar for a long time. I don't know what it was called, some brewery. We were there for a while, and then we went out to the main strip, like the Valley, I think it was called. Yeah. The main strip of nightclubs, and we were with everyone, like all the boys, and had a good night, and then I headed home. That was about it, really.
Bro's the CEO, I'm not answering the question. Did you meet anyone on Saturday night?
I didn't meet anyone on Saturday night.
Did you give anyone a kiss?
No, I didn't.
I got told this little birdie.
Hang on. This is the last time we'll give you the chance to be honest.
Clean.
This is absurd. You're gaslighting me right now.
So did you or did you not?
No.
No. Okay.
I did not meet anyone.
Release the ninjas.
So I got told you arrived in fashion by getting out of the Uber, slamming the door, putting a pair of sunglasses on at 10 p.m. at night, and streaming, "Do you know who the fuck I am? Luke Bailey's in the house."
I did not say that. That is ridiculous.
Apparently, he was walking up to all the girls at the bar saying, "Have you seen my podcast?" Showing clips. If they said no, like, "You're fucking done. Not talking to you."
That is absurd. That is the biggest load of shit that I've ever heard. That is a complete
lie.
Did
you actually?
No.
But cherry on top, she's also seeing you again on Sunday morning on a date with 3 other girls. That's true, motherfucker.
Okay. I don't think you do that. I did go on a date on Sunday
with 3 girls.
No.
Hey, you just denied all of this, by the way, and then now you're admitting to it. So,
well, I didn't.
Which is true.
You said, what were my movements on Saturday night?
True.
And my movements on Saturday night, I didn't do anything.
Apart from get out of the Uber and arrive
in
fashion and stream out, do you know who the fuck I am?
I definitely did not, because at 10 p.m. I was still at the brewery. So whoever sent that in is lying to you, and that is completely fabricated. However,
I don't think so. Yeah.
On Sunday, I did go on a date with someone.
With someone or a couple people?
There was a couple.
Because you were with someone else, not like your other mate.
I asked a girl on a date, and I met her on Saturday night, and I thought she was pretty, so so Sunday morning I did go on a date. I went on a coffee date with a girl.
Multiple girls.
Wait.
So it was a girl that I wanted to go date with, and she brought 2 of her friends. So
you were on a date with 3 girls.
I was on a date with 3 girls. I was on a date with 3 girls. Yeah.
Bingo. There you go. All right. So we took a couple weeks off this segment. We're bringing it back this week. We have some Big Brother advice.
This is a good segment. I like this segment.
I like this segment too, and I like getting sent these messages because they just make me laugh sometimes. Yeah. Anyway, so I've got this one that was sent via DM. This one is sent from a very angry fan.
Jesus.
Yeah, please keep this anonymous, but tell me why a man literally talks about our future and meeting parents and actually meets all my friends and then breaks up with me after becoming official because it's too hard to be together when living an hour away. And then she finishes it off with, "I genuinely hate you fucking men, so much anger."
Well, I don't think the hour drive is that long. I mean, I used to drive a lot longer than that to see my girlfriend, so I don't think the drive had anything to do with it. I think he was just trying to maybe find a way out.
Yeah. Maybe there was something else that he wasn't telling you.
Maybe he's just not communicating with you on something else, and he's just...
See, it's communication.
Yeah.
It's all about communication.
And sometimes the chase is better than the real thing.
Yeah.
So sometimes some guys do like the chase a bit more. It's a bit fun trying to chase a girl to prove you can get her. Then once you get her, it's like...
Yeah.
I think that's definitely a thing with some guys, and he was probably looking for an out once it became official, and the hour drive is probably just the first box he went to tick.
Dating. I feel like in some situations, dating, like mentioning that word could be like a trigger for a guy.
Mm.
Not me personally,
Well,
but like
yeah. What word?
like dating,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
like being in a relationship.
Scary.
Like some
Yeah, it
guys
might be
are scared of
full on.
commitment. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that maybe he was just scared of the commitment. I mean, he's met your family, he's met all your friends, and you probably have the idea that you want to be in a relationship with him, rightfully so.
Yeah.
And maybe perhaps that he finally was in that relationship and he might have been a little bit overwhelmed with certain things in that relationship.
Yeah.
And then he's tried to find a way out and say, you're too far away and I can't do this.
Mm.
But I guarantee you he will be DMing you back if you leave him on ghosted.
He'll have a nice Sunday night scary and then
he'll
wake
be
up the
coming
next
back.
morning and probably DM you. But it's not fun either way. So we do feel sorry for you and we're sorry that you're so angry. We hope that this helps you.
So this is another question that I got sent in, which I think is very interesting. I would like to stay anonymous. However, I was seeing this boy that I really liked. He would try to kiss me every time we saw each other on a night out, text me sometimes, but would often leave me on open or delivered. I'm very confused if he likes me or not. I would like to pursue a relationship, but I'm not sure how I would go about that. So I think what's happening is when they see each other out, they seem to vibe and have a good time, but away from a night out, when she tries to text him, he doesn't reply.
He is doing this with multiple girls. I'm sorry to break your heart, but that is just him, I think, taking advantage of the night out. And yeah, I just don't take it seriously unless he pulls his head in and
Kind of be
messages
like
you. Yeah.
kind of like lead him on in a way that will probably get his attention to you.
Just give him nothing almost. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a hard situation.
It is hard.
No. Yeah.
I think you've covered it up really well.
I think Big Brother advice.
All right. Well, this is a very popular segment and probably one of my favorites.
Ooh.
So without further ado, I would like to introduce True or Not True.
Oh, shit.
Dom.
Oh, fuck.
Ready?
Shout out Dom, my guy,
Dom.
coming
Fuck
in
Dom.
clutch with helping me out for True or Not True.
Mhm.
All right, I wrote this down actually. Hang on, let me get my notes up.
Fuck you, Dom. You promised you wouldn't do this shit anymore.
True or not true, Tom? Tom was at her 21st on the weekend. Instead of buying a present, you said to the birthday girl, in quotation marks, you can get a photo with me instead.
Fuck off. No, we were at the 21st. Shout out Michaela, whose 21st we're at. I did not say this. You can vouch for me.
I don't know. Because I said, Dom, is this actually true? And he said it is.
Of course he did. He's a fucking idiot. Dom is. If you want to know like the sub truth or something, go to Dom. He'll just lie to you nonstop. No, I'm not even joking. So this morning we had an email sent to the DNM cast email address
Yeah.
about Diezel and his behavior.
An email.
An email. I couldn't believe it. I was like, fuck. And the subject line is, Diezel used to wear his sister's clothes.
Wait, what?
It comes from
his sister's clothes.
Jocelyn Issa.
Oh, that's my sister.
Yeah, she snitched on you, mate. She snitched on you.
What? Wait, why she sent an email?
I have some photos
Oh,
of Diezel.
Oh my
Dude.
gosh.
Diezel, I'll put it up on stream, but Diezel's wearing his sister clothes. So can you explain this behavior, please? Because it looks like you can confirm you're wearing a dress in this photo, mate.
That's such a bad photo. Growing up with 6 sisters doesn't help, by the way.
You brought out your feminine side. Is that?
So we have this inside joke. Anyone know the movie Hot Chick? Anyways, there's a guy in there that dresses up in his sister's clothes. I was like perceived as that kid
Yeah.
because my sisters would always like encourage me to like do my makeup and like dress me up.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I was weird when I was a kid. Like
Everyone's weird as a kid.
I don't know. Yeah, that's true. But like
There you go. True.
it hasn't continued on.
True or not true, Tom? I got sent in this, but I'm reading it off the top of my head, that you went to a cafe on the weekend.
Already
And
fucking untrue. Okay. Yeah. Continue.
You accidentally spilt your coffee on a particular girl.
Untrue. Continue.
Is that untrue?
It's
Anyway,
untrue. I was
you
even
proceed-
fucking out of coffee.
Okay, well, and then from there, you said, I'm very sorry, but you can take a photo with me.
What is this fucking? The
All I'm
last 2
saying
weeks,
is-
you just fucking stitched me up with these stories, and I'm going around offering photos in exchange for money.
Well, that's all I'm saying is that true?
Luke's no.
Because that's what I got sent in.
That's something Luke would do, not me. That's me.
Tom's just denying it. He doesn't want to look like a bad guy.
It's just not true.
Wow.
Oh wow. Anyway, that was true or not true.
Anyway, so I think we talked all things that we haven't been able to talk about whilst we've had the guests.
It's good to
So
refresh, actually.
It's good to have a refresh and where we stand.
But no, thank you all for watching. It's always great to have just us three, and I don't know what we're doing next week. We might try to line up a special guest where it's in the works.
Yeah.
Can't say too much, but yeah, no, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll see you next
Peace
time.
out. We out.
Mate, do you want to get a hawker tonight?
Yeah, do you want to?
No.
No.
Why?
Hawker?
Yeah.
The Hawthorne Hotel.
Yeah.
Is that because you know someone's going to be there, Luke, who goes there every Tuesday night?
Well,